Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Folks, please help us share the show. Welcome and welcome. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show as you join us today. Let's share the show. Good afternoon, good evening. Let's share the show as you join us. Yes, let's share the show. Yes, yes. Good afternoon, good evening. Let's share the show. I can't laugh. Let's share the show, folks. Let's share the show. Let's share the show. Sorry, folks. I got the allergy has been giving me a hard time since.
To bring you the show, the SKTV show right here on Truth FM 96.1. Yes, indeed. Rara, focus on your community, develop your community, focus on the small things that are affecting the people. Steve,
No bueno. I saw you to the rally. I saw you to the setback comeback. I saw you to
Steve?
setback comeback. Yes, Melbourne.
Yeah, I know what's going on, but trust setting up. Are you getting me?
My man, I yelling you. The allergy giving me a hard time. I know, man.
Hmm? Yeah.
Yeah, it been giving me a hard time since yesterday afternoon. But what's going on, Melbourne? You're at the setback comeback rally.
I'm trying to make my way there, but they try hard. But because of the weather today, unfortunately, I couldn't go there on
I
the
hear say
setback time to come back, and the setback to come back, or what? Maybe you
my
will better
man.
explain that to me.
I hear say you were there. CDC always coming with funny slogan there. The same thing.
Yeah.
Hope for change. The slogan next second be too funny. See on player Lester. Lester, what's up? You know that you already know. But I won't come by what you say. I won't come by Lester. What you say? But let me talk the national team player. Let me talk the one veteran. Lester Sandy. Yeah, that veteran. We go way back. What's up, senior player? You know now. You already know what I used to do now. You already know. You know you trust my ability.
Steve,
My man, we're not discussing you. But you don't know how to play Mao. Slow down. Slow down. The only politics you don't know how to play. Even Mabo, you don't know how to play. So Leo, who play the game? Who know how to play the game? Leo.
Steve, I think you gotta lock out and come back because the feedback from your end is very bad. I don't know.
I really see trouble.
Seriously,
I see trouble. I see trouble, Lord. Lord, what did I do to deserve this? They boy get out there. They newborn boy get out there. Yeah, see, play. I won't come back. I won't come one more. So I started July 1st. Yeah, I started July 1st. Next by Monday, I starting to pick up. Just do small warm up. No boy, you can hear me.
yes, I think it's far better now. Thank you. At least it's good.
My man,
Thank you.
that machine you get inside there, man. Don't bring noise behind me back.
Yeah, no, it's okay now. Thank you. But anyway, people say they want you to come back. I don't come back on the football field. What kind of win you used to play before? What kind of wahara be this? Now, really, I don't know, set bad to come back. Oh. So, look,
Yeah,
so all of you want to come back with this set bad to come back.
yeah.
I thought we didn't like
You don't be easy. I would have fun player. Eh?
What kind of win you used to play? Tell me the win.
At first, before I start playing, I started playing 4 and 5. But when I was actively playing, I used to play 9 and 10.
Oh, so that means the coach changed your win or what?
No, I decided to change my own win because as a good striker, you should be able to understand the defense because that's your role. You should understand defenders, know their position and so forth. That's the first thing you got to learn. To be a very good striker, I'm not talking about that number 9 where you can back water and get in and go and.
So that means when you were playing, like for example, was that a defensive?
Easy. Because necessarily came a couple of times when I played for the college. He was one of the only people that used to come to most of my games while playing for the college. He used to always come to my games, motivate me. He would always tell me to my player. So I was a utility player. I used to play. So I was let me say I was an essential player. I can play. Basically, I can play anywhere.
Wow, wonderful.
Player, and while playing the man, I can deliver. And I thought,
okay, that's good. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I'm funny defender too. I understand y'all anticipate the game, I follow the game.
Tell me, so when you score, what used to happen, man?
I can somersault. I can do the backflip. I can somersault.
Wow.
Yeah.
Backflip
in the front.
That's great.
Yeah. And then, my man, I used to make I used to wake up crowd. I will want to wake up crowd now.
Oh.
Yeah, my man.
Then you enjoy yourself more too.
I present time don't see me like that. Yeah, that social time you won't bring there. My man, I get enjoyment because I think that enjoyment is I won't lie to you.
They enjoyment.
What? Eh? No,
yeah,
again, especially if you're a good player, you get incentive.
Wow.
You see, let's just say enjoy me playing the defense better. Well, that too, because when I was in the defense, I was different. Yeah, that's true. I was different when I was in the defense. I mean, Melbourne. I used to real way to go. But you know the thing about football, it get benefits.
Okay.
Yeah, especially the social aspect.
Yeah, well, I'll come in because for us back home, that the only thing I can benefit so far so good.
No, you get benefit inside. First of all, it makes you popular very easily, especially if you're a good player and you can connect with people. And I was not a prideful player. I was, very humble. I respected my senior brother and my senior player, and I respect them. You know, I respected all of them. But the social aspect it were there. You understand?
Mm.
I mean,
I
you
know, but I know
know
that's
me
the
there.
number one thing. That's the number one thing that will always make you to get glued to the game. Because if that one not there, you will feel that nothing in the whole football business, man. So
The
we just
thing
leave
about
it.
it too, the thing about it
Mm.
too, when you bother with real, when you on a real disciplined team with disciplined coaches and stuff like that, those activity then can be restricted.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes you want to take him, but it's a problem. You can't do
No
it. You can't do it.
way.
Yeah, because when you any attempt, you
Mm.
know, you will not be as strong as you're supposed to be. You know, you'll be tired. So we do have restriction. My man, we're on discipline team also. You already
Mm.
we play good football. We're on discipline. Yeah, my man.
Damn, man. Up to what kind of level?
We might not play for the national team, but my man, we play PB division and first division and so. But I in Labrador.
But,
Funny Labrador team. Thank you. You did well. You know, playing Guinea, Ivory Coast, different places. My man, I play good football, man. Not because we're talking. I play good football.
wow,
Yeah.
wonderful. I'm proud of you, though. Thank you.
Something
Thank you so much for that.
something is to come here. That is social immunities.
Yeah, that's why you don't like.
No, not yeah, he's a leg. My man, the social immunity and nobody were always there. My
Yeah.
man, you playing somewhere and you know already position get here together too. You know, you get things under control.
Hmm.
Yeah, something that you get under control. Now you need to say what's going on, say they coming through. That one ain't out of nobody. They need to come too.
Hmm.
But anyway, folks, that back in the day we used to play. Right now but coming back, I coming start warming all these
Okay, man, give me other they said they work will do background check on the team that
where
you're playing for before. What kind of people
where
they don't even know the kind of team that you're playing for before. They said they won't know of the team name and
my man,
to go to check.
my records are clear, man. I get national
Hey
team.
man, the man record clear. It's not some of you who are
Nothing.
in high school that you're not even playing football game at Franco. People like
But
Franco
even from
say
my high school set, when I played from high school as young as I was in Aricos, I played from high school. I played number 9, number 10. I play with good people then who know me. First of all, in my entire life, I got known through school, football, and church. Like 3 things I used to do. I'm not in other activities. Any other activity, you're familiar.
no wonder why you can no wonder
Yeah,
you say that.
I play where I get to, you know, I play where I started making things happen or whatever it is. So leave that story.
Church boy.
The beginning one champion. Yeah, I'm in the basket chair now.
Church
But
boy.
as young as I was entrusted with responsibility from day one. And that's why I don't play with, you know, leadership and that's why I can be the way I am when I'm, you know, I was entrusted with responsibility. So I had things under control. By the way, Melbourne, let's welcome our people to this Friday. Monk will be joining us as always. Monk wanted me to say his message. Don't forget today. It's Friday. Monk will be coming later on with, I think he can say offering basket.
Yes. So even as that before more come in, if you have the numbers, job pin the numbers so that the people can.
I call one of my former teammates, Nelson Sandy. Somebody said I'm gonna call one of my former teammates, Nelson Sandy.
Yeah, the people just give me out here to they just ask me battle back. Somebody put them in play.
I call the man who Sonny Alicia or Sonny, one Nigerian player, the man who hold him down. Y'all don't start one of the star player. Yeah, we play together. That one of my teammates. What didn't want to say that? You was in a lot of Mary on the show here.
Why you want to give my brother?
Well, and then from there he started admiring me. You know, when I left the team, I started playing for the university here, the college. You know, he was always very, you know. Later on, he became more like a coach to me and a manager. You know, he would always care, make sure, you know, and things like that because he had the experience playing for the national team and you know going around the world, whatever it is. So it was a blessing. So yeah, before he moved from Arizona, you know, always will be with him. My game time, he knows my schedule. He will tell me what not to do, what to do. You know, guided me through the way we want to. You know, so Nelson Sandy is he's a brother. He's a big brother. He's a very nice man, big brother. You know, make sure he do what you have to do. He always tell me that my opinion, I admire your courage. Yeah, I admire your bravery.
Stephen, records are there. So Joseph Control, let me say to you, Joseph Control, actually the current Lone Star team for now, when I want to praise,
Team that
that's
dead
the
team.
saying.
That Lone Star
Yeah.
team, that team. That
Yeah, because Joseph Conto won't be to. He said, you got to stop. He said, what my take? Joseph, the Lone Star team, which of course, for me, I've been following Lone Star since 2003 up to now. The only Lone Star that I really used to admire that was the We Are 11. At that time, I used to live on Ken Johnson Road with Vama Boto. At that time, we were small beginning, I wouldn't want you to be running behind the player when they come from the field. So now we don't be holding their bags and so on. But since 2003 up to 2006, I have seen no Lone Star team that can really perform. But for this one now, or for the new coach, I will tell you that we are still observing, even though Liberia making progress in FIFA ranking, at least there's some step up. So we're going to appreciate the coach for that. So Steve, indeed, a move.
No, since that Ghana game, since that Ghana game in Ghana,
yes,
in Monrovia, on the return leg, that beat us at town SKD. I think that was 1998. 1999.
That was 2002, right? I know that one.
No, I think that early, that was 1999 or something, that our Ghana beat us. We didn't qualify for the World Cup. It was the 2000, either 2000 or now.
Oh yes. Okay, that was the fun 98.
Okay, yeah. I'm not sure. To be quite honest, but I know we were in the 90s. We were in the early 90s. We went Ghana and we beat them in Ghana. We came back to Liberia, and the minute beat in Liberia, all we had to do was draw. From that day till today, I've never supported Lone Star. 2002.
Okay.
I've never supported Lone Star because I was in that day 100%. Some of our putting almost our life online that will qualify. See all battling with Ghana men. We I reckon Ghana ready, bull already. See all battling with African men and Ghana men that were going to win. Now 2001. Yes, you got it right, my brother James David. 2001. Remember, I'm telling you the thing I'm telling you, yeah. And so when Liberia frustrated us, some of us were very frustrated. We walk away from the team. From that day to today, I never supported Lone Star in anything I can do. So I hear Lone Star near, I can start running. Because I know we either get your day where or the flop all peacefully. So I mean, it doesn't mean that the team does not have a potential. The team could have a potential, but I mean, the game that investment. You have to invest, you recruit talents. That investment. Football, let me tell you something. That thing what is to say football that I'm saying for them may stay and play football, but to sustain the game, to get the result you want, you must make investments. It's a huge investment. And nowadays, football is very expensive. Football is very expensive. So if we want to have a good team, we have natural talents in the country. If we want to get good results, instead of wasting our time and saying, let's pray God,
spend the money.
Win, let league go out of it, let's get the team prepared, let's get those boys the thing that they need, let's support them, let's provide them with the money and so forth, then we move on. Instead of saying that and say, God will help the team, the other people that they're going to play against God too.
Liberia is the only country where the people that are supposed to eat the money, they are there. Then the one that's supposed to work to bring results, they are there. But the one that are eating the money, they are not being blamed. But the one that are working hard without no financial support, they wanted to play magic. That's the country, Steve. So again, we move. But please, I want you to please pin the numbers. This Friday, that our people be able.
John J, you're 100% right. That time they brought it beginning Child Taylor then. Ashanti Kotoko. The beginning just go run around our own stealer. We went Ghana and beat those men. Mama, the one in zero beat those men in Ghana.
No, that we are 11 team. That we are 11 team. I don't know, but actually the guys they really used to play.
I mean, I don't want all that we are 11, the other 11. The one was in zero that day. The Zico our in. Those men go sit down there in Monrovia. In Monrovia on SKD, they go beat us. As I waste my time behind it, and I'm wasting my time. I'm waiting for more to come. We will get into the politics. More. And when the first time, when the first time I went Minnesota, that time I didn't know that when the first time I went Minnesota, I played against the team in Minnesota. Was it 2000, 2007, 2008? That football been there I went there for. The very first time I ever fought there in Minnesota. So for I don't know, more you were there that day. We play on our feet, Zing. I know Zing or whatever it is. That feet the Liberians can go on. Feet will be choked back in the day, my man. They get fighting for men. No, remember they be fighting for men now.
Well, you talking about football players, my brother. I know that
My
one coach.
man, they do them were funny, but man out there. We show in the time. I beg you, we show it. The
And I
agent
want
was
to beat you. That beat you, they can take the day.
be that story, bro. That was this happened that day. We show in the time in Minnesota. First of all, we show that Thursday. That Thursday night. We had a game Friday evening, Saturday, and then Sunday. 3 games. We show that time in the time. The time busy like nothing, bro. What? The time busy. We chauffeur went, they carry somewhere that net. If Fufu, just chill and went back to the issue to get ready the next morning for training. Every Friday morning we went to train. Yeah, the weather was cold, but the weather was cold. Yeah. So now these are the powers that said we don't get handle to face things. Monk, are you there? That time see my boy. Yeah, Sister Fair and Zing, you're 100% right, Prince Double. Sister Fair and Zing Avenue. We went there. No, Melbourne. Let me tell you something before we get into the politics.
But we have to enjoy. I know wonder.
Man, lead that story. Lead that story with people.
Wonder they both resigned.
Listen, we bear around. So we went Minnesota. We went Minnesota that day. The first game, even my man who chauffeur in the bus, my man. Well, soon we hear the people, the thing wet. In there wet. Yeah. Remember you on there?
Yeah, BB Juna too, because I'm not going to play now. Don't go around play that kind of time.
Story. Lead that story. I said the thing wet. The bed, they'll bust on their feet. See what I did? People, a couple of people from Africa, a couple of people that want to take pictures. Oh, people who know that guy who knows it. So and I have to connect in the town too. And then because when you get connect in the town, then that noise too, you can make move.
No, and the whole table, yeah.
They connect in the town, one putting noise in the town, won't hold me down. I just slow down.
Slow down. We're gonna go out.
What team you are playing for before you say you are P player?
I swear, I'll be about the body.
Yeah, that refugee camp for to be playing back there.
No.
I don't want to call. How they call it in Liberia, man? Ain't no the B player and they get like they pile around. Oh, they contract in there. And most of them like do that contract. That's all woman has. They let her lifestyle. Oh my God.
Mom, slow down. Don't bring noise on the show yet. Don't bring noise on the show. But Mom, guess what? That day your boy George was there too. George was on the trip.
Lobo love that kind of stuff too. Lobo left balling. What you expect?
The man on the trip. The man at that time, the man was serving as one of my, I don't know. He was serving as one of my assistant money, one of my assistant team manager. Lobo there. They don't want him to be holding. I'll push them back in the day. So I tell you.
They made a promoter. The promoter, right?
Yeah, I posted a picture. The man will be on the squad. The man will put his hand. The man put his shoulder at that time, but the man still got a shoulder.
He got a shoulder.
I big as will be playing that shoulder. My whole crew. I bought man behind me. He makes me able to muscle you. You know, that thing. I have a whole crew. But those days were good days. That time when I in politics. They will be on the cheering squad shouting for her. You don't mean no. We'll go so ain't happy. By the way, folks, thank you. Those are just some retrospects. But let's get to the for today. Last night was a big night in America and around the world. The entire world watched it.
We should have more flipping out numbers, yeah.
Today's Friday on SKTV. Don't forget our folks. Today is Friday, so you guys can pin the number from your end. You know the traditional SKTV, we got to pay some bills here. And that's just what it is. That's the nature of the business. On Friday, you do what you can do for SKTV to get the program running.
So
get the show.
So Monk, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
No, I didn't give you a chance to introduce yourself. But Monk, last night was a big night. What's your reaction from the debate last night? Generally, what is your reaction?
Well, last night was a big night, but today is even a bigger day than last night. But a lot of people are not paying attention. A major landmark ruling from the Supreme Court was passed that are going to kill the so-called January 6th because the local people who were exercising their constitutional right and called them insurrectionists. And now the Supreme Court in the 6-3 ruling killed that case. And some people are even calling for the arrest of the Department of Justice, how they call himself, your Merrick Garland, because there was a rule that was passed, a federal law in 1984. They called it the Chevron Doctrine. The Chevron Doctrine that gave people at the federal agency, whether the FBI, the CIA, or the Department of Justice and other people, the right to interpret ambiguous law. And the Supreme Court is saying, no, you are unelected official. You were never given the authority to interpret ambiguous federal statutes. So they overturned our law today. And every case concerning, I know those guys that are in prison, most of them going to become millionaires because they will file a lawsuit against the federal government and they will get paid. That's the beauty of America. There is a constitutional republic. There is not an emotional society. Everything is done within the confines of the law. And the January 6th protesters today, they were the biggest winner because they were exercising their First Amendment right. First Amendment right, freedom of speech is protected by the Constitution, and they won. That's the biggest news for today. I could care less about the debate because I know Joe Biden cannot debate Trump. I said it before on so many times. He stood no chance against Trump. He cannot even get his thoughts straight. I'm talking about his vote. The last day he had coal. I know it was not coal. He just cannot debate Trump. Trump is a marketer. Trump is a brander. There is no way. If Donald Trump can debate Ted Cruz on 5 different debates in America, Joe Biden stand no chance against him. And that's exactly why the whole war saw last night. It was not even a contest. So I didn't waste my time on that debate. It was just another show, just for TV. I don't follow TV.
I followed it on my phone because I was in the middle of something. But let me hear from Milburn. Milburn, I'll give my reaction. Milburn, what say you?
Well, so again, I've been following that debate since last night up to this morning because mind you, when it was in the evening time to your side, it was in the morning time because of that debate. Some of us we were unable to sleep. Again, that was just great for me. I just see that as one of the best example also for our politicians back home, so that at least they can see some of these things as a way of life, so that they can be questioned. But again, indeed, that's it. Question came in and all of them answer, but people have their own view and people want to maybe side with their own party or maybe person of interest. But I can still tell you that indeed Donald Trump performed well, at least over the current president, and I think it's first of a kind that the former president or debate the current president. So it was not an easy debate, but howbeit again, it was great, and thank God that everything went well. There were no any kind of fun or chaotic or so on, but that was great. Thank you.
Okay, well. Thank you, Milburn. The debate last night, I look at it in different segments and from different views. Me personally, when it comes to Joe Biden, I've been following the American politics for a little bit, his records. I know for a fact that if you want the yelling, the talking, the other one, and then the Joe Biden, you will not get out rowdy and making noise. That's his nature. Everybody got different nature. The way Monks speaks might not be the way I speak. But in terms of substance of the debate yesterday, Joe Biden presented as Joe Biden who he is. In terms of substance, I think Joe Biden was able to answer policies questions, answer direct questions, and stick with the topic and the issue, as opposed to Donald Trump, who, first of all, and I just want to say for the record, both Donald Trump and Joe Biden lied. However, Joe Biden had 9 lies. Donald Trump had 31 or 30 lies. That shows you the difference. And not only that, some of the things that Trump said yesterday that was very shocking to me and very surprising to me, and we'll come to the January 6th and the ruling for the Supreme Court, because we have an excerpt from it here, what the Supreme Court ruled on. The Supreme Court did not rule that January 6th people will not be prosecuted. No. That was not the Supreme Court ruling. The Supreme Court can't do that. People can commit crime in a country and say, oh, they overturn it and they will not be prosecuted. But we'll get to the specific setting of it. But in terms of the debate last night, what I can say for fact here is one major thing that caught my attention in that debate was the unwillingness of Donald Trump to accept the results of the elections regardless. That was troubling for me. That was very, very true. Everything else that was said or that was done, it didn't reawaken me until last night, because like I said, I didn't watch the debate. I didn't watch 100% of it info. I would come in here 5-10 minutes on my phone, to watch it or whatever it is. But when I had the opportunity to meet with Sekou last night after the debate, we sat down and we kind of watched it. And that was the turning moment for me, because there could be more or likely so the repeat of January 6th if Donald Trump does not win the election. And that in itself is a problem. You see, when you go to elections, I don't care what kind of election it is, whether they're behind the house or they're in front of the house, whether they're in public or they're in private, there will always be one winner. It might not always be in your favor. It might not be in your case. There will be a winner. Now, as a leader, your unwillingness to even commit to accepting the result, that means you have already delegitimized the process before it even starts. So why are you in there? If you know that, or you feel that they're going to cheat you and you're not going to accept the result, you might as well not be in it. But if you are in it, and you are in it to win, then you have to commit that you accept the result. And both parties have to commit. The fact that Donald Trump did not do that is a signal to me, and I have a serious problem with that. And this is not the first time. Donald Trump has ran this is going to be his third time. This is going to be a third time running. When he ran the first time against Hillary, he did not commit to accept the result. He did not. The records are clear. When he also ran against Joe Biden in 2020, he did not commit to accept the result. As evidenced by that, it led to January 6th when he was defeated. Up until today, he has not accepted the result.
And he would never accept it.
But that's wrong, though. That's not democracy, bro.
No, because in America, what I'm saying, maybe you just coming around. In America here, the question, she asked Donald Trump the question 3 times because she wanted to get Trump on the record. Who asked a presidential candidate that you should accept the result no matter what happened? That's why Trump responded. I will accept the result when the elections are free, fair, and legitimate.
But what do you mean a free and fair election? How do you quantify it? How do you qualify it as free and fair?
How do you quantify it? Because they got rules, they got state laws, they got rules and regulations in America. You don't change election laws before an election. You don't come with ballot stuffing. You don't come with mail-in ballot.
There is no evidence of that. It's been refuted by all. Look,
who refuted it?
It's been refuted by
who
all.
You know refuted it? Georgia,
the case that they made there, it was a last evidence, but that he in court there. He in court there as evidence, but that also.
That Georgia can determine federal elections?
Who determined the federal elections?
In 2000, let me get don't shout, dude. In 2000, between George Bush and Al Gore, how the election was settled? When Al Gore challenged the election, how it was settled? Tell your audience, they will know what you're talking about.
What do you mean how it was settled?
How that Georgia can determine federal elections?
No, they're not Georgia, but I'm saying all the claims that he made, the states that he claimed.
We're talking about federal election here. We're talking about national election about Georgia. We say the elections that were conducted in 2020 were never in the history of America ever done. There were a lot of irregularities that the Supreme Court should accept in. What you call all the states? We all the states.
There are processes before you go to the Supreme Court, though. Let's be honest here, man. There are processes and steps.
We processes went to the Supreme Court in 2000.
The first step of the way, first of all,
yes.
When the ballots are counted, the states will have to certify them. Okay. And the states certify them. Donald Trump put out a claim that when they did a recount.
Recount is not a forensic audit, dude. You always confusing yourself. Recount is not the same as forensic audit. In the case of George Bush and Al Gore, we did something they call forensic audit. When you do a mail-in ballot, they got something they call signature verification. That's an electronic process. When you are not in the country or you travel, when you vote, your signature is is kept with the Secretary of State for that particular state. They got to make sure your signature matches that particular one that is on file. In the case of 2020, because they wanted to wreck this election, they went and removed the signature verification. In 2000, they got no, don't confuse recount with forensic audit. A forensic audit means when the Supreme Court is carrying on a forensic audit, they must make sure everybody that is voting election, they are citizens. They got to prove beyond all reasonable that they are citizens. You got to go to the voter machine. You got to check the data on the voter machine. You got to check signature verification. That's why the Supreme Court is supposed to step in. In the case of Trump, it never happened. You're talking about recount.
Did they ever take the case to the Supreme Court? Let me ask you this question now. Did they ever take the case to the Supreme Court?
Yeah, the Supreme Court refused to take it because after that, January 6th.
Wait now, let me take it easy. Let's go slow now. You're rushing.
All right, go slow.
Let's go slow, okay?
Yes.
Mark, you said the Supreme Court refused to even listen to the case, right?
No.
Why did the Supreme Court refuse to listen to the case?
Because in instances, the Supreme Court got an option. There are situations they can intervene. If the Supreme Court does not want to interfere in the politics, their job is to send it back to the various state.
And what did they do?
What?
What did they do? Didn't they send it back to the states?
No, that's why I brought a protest, because the lawmakers in Washington went and determined who become president. That's why I keep telling most of you folks you don't understand the process.
You don't. I'll disagree with you.
That's why the 14th Amendment is there for. If the Supreme Court cannot take on the case, you know why you know why the people protested on January 6th and why they will win that case? Because they were doing the right thing. Because they understood that if they send it back to the state houses, the state legislature will be the one to cast the ballot. And at that stage,
we states were in contentions.
I didn't tell you state were in contention. I'm just saying that's the constitutional requirement. If you challenge an election in America and you challenge an election, it's up to the Supreme Court to come and take over the case. If the Supreme Court cannot interfere,
so the Supreme Court
no merit. How you can say no merit when they all conducted the forensic audit?
No, there was no merit. The Supreme Court will not even order of forensic audit when the truth and facts existed. They had to go by the evidences in order to even admit the case in or to even look at it. So when they look at the evidences, these evidences were not corroborating the claims that were made. So the Supreme Court said, you know what, we're not wasting our time. Let's send it back to the states. They certify these things. And so part of the
when they send it back to the state, they don't send it to the Secretary of State for that state. They send it back to the State House. That's why I keep telling you, keep confusing your audience. When the Supreme Court sent an election back to the state, they not send it to the Secretary of State, or they send it to the State House. That's why every state in America cast one ballot, but they never did that. Look, the people that live in the country, they're not fools, bro. They were born yet. They know how their system works. But it will not happen again. That once in a million thing, it will never happen again anyway. So we all know that. It's over.
We about to switch to the Liberian politics.
Oh yeah, switch to Liberian politics. That debate over anyway. That whole thing over.
The truth of the matter is, last night debate, Joe Biden might not have presented himself as strong in terms of physical fitness, a tone of voice, but in terms of substance, he spoke on policies issues.
How can you speak on something when you can't even corroborate your own sentences? That man was always lost. He was not even speaking. When you listen to him speaking, you can't even make sense. The man he can't even defend his own economic record. They went to the issue of child care costs. When we went to the federal debt of immigration, he couldn't. So we sustain he presented our country with
Joe Biden did make the case and provided evidence by that. He even told the word. And these are facts. Even Nikki Haley said the same thing. You claim that Donald Trump made the economy better. Donald Trump doubled the debt in this country twice. The facts are there. Donald Trump is a crook. Donald Trump lied to the American people. He increased the debt. As evidence by that today, the inflections that we are having in this country is because of the debt that he raised up twice the time. That's what Donald Trump did.
No, so I want to tell you, sometimes you can confuse your audience. In America, we got revenue and we got spending. When the reason they said Donald Trump increased that because Donald Trump get tax break to businesses. It's not that because the Donald Trump government was very reckless in spending like the way Democrats have spent. I mean, they have tax and spent.
Then you know what he did? He get tax break to business. Guess what he did?
Mm-hmm.
Then he also the big boys those men who are making a lot of money or whatever it is, guess what? They get a tax break too.
But why? If rich people are the one that own business, why you can get a tax break?
You can't get a tax break. You can't get a tax break because when you do that, then you are impacting the common people. Then you are
Donald Trump understand business. Donald Trump told you that in America we have $7 trillion sitting overseas because we never had a competitive tax rate. Donald Trump take the federal tax rate from 39 to 21%. As a result, everybody brought a job back to America. They raised more revenue.
Business. Let me dispute that fact.
Let me ask you one question if you really understand what you're talking about. In America, let me ask you one question. You can continue. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You can continue. In America, one state was created properly to give people tax break in America that is declared a tax haven. I want you to call that state in America.
Which state?
One state in America where you don't pay federal income or individual income tax, where they give you cut on property tax and business tax. One state in America was created purposely just to give businesses a tax break. I want you to name that state.
I would say maybe Delaware.
Oh, you said maybe. And where Joe Biden came from?
Delaware. Joe Biden came from Delaware.
And who controls Delaware in terms of politics? Which party control Delaware?
What do you mean? What does that matter?
No, they get state that are red. They get red and blue state in America. Which party controls Delaware in terms of governance? Oh, okay. But you want me to believe that Donald Trump giving people tax break when Delaware was created properly to give business a tax break? You see how you can get brainwashed on TV?
Here's the thing. No. You can't say Delaware was created purposely to give business a tax break. We can't say that. We can't say that. Delaware was one of the states that were originally one of the origins of this country. So you can say were created purposely to give.
No, you're talking about the Commonwealth. They were one of the Commonwealth. I'm talking about in terms of business. I'm talking about in terms of a business sense. Delaware purposely exist to give businesses tax break. That's why
that's not true. I wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't agree with that.
Anyway, you got to agree. I get the reality.
Wait a second. Go
on your phone. Say which state give tax break in America? Which state is considered a tax shelter?
That Delaware.
Admitted to that already. Steve already admitted to that. So,
but that was not to give tax break. Any state can choose to say, listen, we will not be able to give. We'll be able to give. It will be tax free. Any state can do that. Or Republican state can decide to do that, and it will be acceptable. There's nothing wrong with that as long as they voted into law and it passes. So we can say they just chose Delaware and decide to make Delaware a tax-free haven state or whatever. You don't have to live in Delaware. You don't have to go to Delaware to purchase stuff. You don't have to do that. There's surrounding states such as Maryland, New Jersey, New York, and other places right around Delaware there. I don't go there to go do businesses or whatever it is. So we can say Delaware benefits mutually exclusive from the rest of the country or the business people. All of them live in Delaware. Donald Trump lives Delaware. No, the BB guys in the tech companies, they don't live Delaware. So we can say that. But let me come to this.
That's what they call corporate inversion. Your company is sitting in California, but you register in Delaware. That's what they call corporate inversion. That's why you see all the medical and pharmaceutical companies get their headquarters in Ireland, because Ireland got a lower tax rate in the entire industrialized world. So the company operates in America, but they register on Ireland to pay lower taxes. It's nothing new. But when it comes to Donald Trump, people just cannot think whether he's doing the right thing. So it's a problem. But that's America. I mean, that's what I bring politics, man. I don't let it waste my time on American politics, man. People will vote on election day in November. That's what I bring politics.
No problem. Can I make this statement quickly? Let me just make this statement more. This idea that Donald Trump is a businessman, no, Donald Trump is not a businessman. In fact, Donald Trump is a failure.
That's your opinion. The American people can tell the way the
Donald Trump is a failure.
Donald Trump, the American people can tell the last 4 years and the current 4 years.
Income of business that goes away. Donald Trump owes all the big money making, all the things that's also owing.
That's what they call leveraging debt. That's what smart people do.
Smart people.
No businessman. That's why banks were created. Banks were created to give people money to do business. Why do you think they got banks? You think business people took money from their pocket? Is that why you think? That's why I say you can confuse the audience all the time.
No, man, nobody confuses anybody back. You pass me around making Donald Trump look like they're businessman. What kind of businessman?
That's why we saw the difference on a Trump economy and a body economy.
Oh yeah,
that's why the American people say we know what we're doing in November.
Donald Trump spent twice as much. When Donald Trump spent twice as much, increase the debt twice. What do you expect? Basically, that means he's irresponsible.
Every president increased debt. Obama increased the debt. The debt never been the same in America. When we're done, I will send you a list of all the presidents that increased the debt. How many increased the federal debt? Everybody increased debt.
We'll find time.
Those are talking points.
I mean, they're not talking point. Only one term, they may increase the debt twice. As Obama. What are you talking? One term, 4 years. In 4 years, they may spend lavishly. What are you talking?
Lavishly on what?
The inflation that Americans are facing is because of him.
Americans are facing inflation because of Trump?
Yes.
How?
If you triple the debt, the deficit, what do you expect?
Triple the debt? Why all the debt start when Donald Trump became president? Why he left it?
Let's go to
Liberian politics, but let's hear you taking the full time Liberian, bro.
But anyway, folks, you're thinking of following. We had to get into the American politics just a little bit. Want to say thank you. Melbourne, quickly brief us on what's going on in the country.
Yeah, so because of the time we gone already, so we just talk about two major issues, ranging from the heavy rainfall on if I sent this morning, Friday morning, the rain started falling up to now, the rain still falling, or up to this time, the rain still falling, and there are a lot of flooding across most of our county or the capital city of Liberia. So indeed, people are homeless, people are calling for SOS call, people are calling on the Rainfall Authority to come to their aid. There are a lot of homes that have been destroyed by water. Flooding is everywhere in Liberia, to be specific, in the capital city of Liberia, or Monrovia and Masurado are large or its surrounding. So indeed, these are some of the major news. Another one is the CDC or Militant Day on today. As we speak, the former ruling party or the CDC, they are right now at the party headquarters having their Militant Day celebration. And for a matter of fact, they said that they're going to go for, or in fact, that program will go for 2 or 3 days, according to the information that we're getting, that they will celebrate for 2 to 3 days of some of their fallen heroes or their heroes that one way or the other passed off during the heat of the elections. So indeed, the national headquarters of the CDC is jam-packed to capacity, and the chairman, Honorable Musa Hassan Benete, also with so many opposition political parties members, they are also there on this wonderful day on today, celebrating with the CDC. So far so good. These are some of the major happening here in Liberia.
Thank you, and thank you so much for reporting the major happenings in Liberia. Monk, what say you? What have you been hearing? Apart from maybe the United States presidential debate, what have you been hearing from around the world? Or in Liberia as well? You heard anything? Ran anything by the news? Monk, are you there? Yes.
What?
Have you heard anything?
Concerning what?
I mean, any news that you ran across that caught your attention this morning?
No news caught my attention. I was following the Supreme Court on a C-SPAN last night, and this morning, I guess a bunch of flooded area. For me, I tell people all the time, the flooding in Liberia, the city is congested, it's overcrowded. It's because we don't have proper zoning laws. People are building all over the place. That is why half of the country population is concentrated in Monrovia. We know it's not about the rain, it's just about the way people are building and the way communities are structured. If you are building without zoning laws, you don't have alleys, you don't have drainages, most often it will get flooded. Places that have never been flooded before are flooded now. And it's the same thing with the fire incident. Even though we can say, yeah, there are some electrical fault, there are some problem when it comes to the electricity, the wiring, but at the end of the day, just look at the buildings, look at how people build. No order. We don't build by structure. So this thing will keep happening, and it will keep getting worse and worse, because your front door is somebody else's back door. Somebody come your little alley and put another house there. The way in Liberia, when it rains, the water, water move by area. When you get drainages, you got passages, you got alley. If it rains, when I grew up in Liberia, when it rains, yeah, it can rain excessively, but at the end of the day, the water will rescind. It will go down the drainages, and people will be able, maybe in 3 or 4 days time, thing will return to normal. But now the kind of flood I'm seeing Liberia, almost like an ocean. I've never seen it before. And Melbourne can relate to that, what I'm saying.
But Monk, let me ask you this question. Let me push you on something here, you and Melbourne, really quick, to get your feedback on it. But we've invested so much money over the past 18 years from Ellen Johnson's lifetime, 12 years, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Joseph Boakai, President and Vice President, Joel Howard Taylor, and George Weah, 6 years. So much money on roll, millions of dollars. If possible, so we can talk about billions of dollars that have been invested. What happening? What happened to the roads in just less than 6 years that were fixed in Monrovia? What happened? I thought George Weah said that they fixed roads and stuff. Monk, what's the use? I mean, I don't understand.
I told you the reason. Let me give you a typical example. Like the way you grew up in Margibi. I spent a portion of my life in Bombing County, right? As a kid growing up in Liberia. That Bamangida Highway, one of the best roads ever in our country. That's why it lasted for decades. When you drive on that road, like I can remember, like just before the war, let's say 89 up to 1990, you driving on that road, like you won't even experience any bounce on that road, like a smooth ride. I think I learned that it was a South Korean company by the name of Daewoo that built that road, that Bamangida Highway. And you look at roads now that have been built. Look at the typical example, the road that was built in Corway, they're going to the dam in Mount Coffee that was built under Madam Sirleaf administration. When you see the potholes on that road, some of them like swimming pool. Like you have to literally drive on the sidewalk to just to dodge or to curve around the particular hole on the road. In the road, I mean. The fact here is, Steve, is this thing about stealing, is this thing about creating like fake corporations, like bogus contractor that cannot get the job done. They come and build this substandard road because every government official want to get a kickback. There is a cost in building a road. Let's say you are an engineering firm, and we give you the contract to build a road from Corway to Corway Junction, right? And after doing a calculation, you say, "Oh, Steve," you come back to me and say, "Cyrus, the road here, it will cost in terms of operational costs. I will charge you maybe $3 million per mile, for every single mile of the road." Okay. You said $3 million. Lawmakers and other criminals will come and tell you, "My man, we want to give you $1.5 million or $2 million per mile," because they believe the rest of the money should come back to them. You think you're going to get a quality road? You're going to give me a substandard road. So that's why you see all the roads that have been built, even though they claim to be building more roads, but the quality of the road you are getting is like there is no need to even make the investment, because some of these roads, when it rain excessively, you see the road splitting into half. You see some of them breaking apart because the quality of the road, they are of lesser quality. So it's not going to last long. Now, when you start putting heavy trucks and iron ore trucks on those roads, you're just going to damage them even further. That's why now to drive now from Monrovia now to go bombing now, it's like a hassle. I think one day got to call Rufus Berry. He made a post. I don't know if Melbourne saw it. That it's almost like a death trap now when it comes to the road going towards the water side and the bombing country side. So forget about corruption. At the end of the day, it comes down to corruption and stealing. You will get more money that will be allocated for building more roads, but the quality of roads that you will get, it will be substandard that won't even last for even 4 or 5 years. They will all be damaged. That's what's happening.
Milburn, welcome, Siku, really quick. Before I hear from you, and then we'll go to Siku. Milburn, what say you? Lots of money has been spent over the years for this road business. What say you?
So again, let me just say this. I concur with President Monk. From the beginning, he did talk about the zoning process, and that's one of the things that we all, in fact, especially those of us who are building. Mind you, I will side with President Monk on the contractors, but also too, the contractors, they go through a lot. Let me be frank, especially when it comes to the issue of how to divert the water, how to find the waterway, and so on. People are building on the waterway. People, let me tell you, even the Vartan building I see there today, that I see where those stores, where those BB buildings are, most of the places are all on waterway. But again, because maybe government feel that maybe these places are making money, and money people are sitting over the places, so they don't care. But again, these are troubling things that make it the water not to go to the rightful place that it's supposed to go. Because when you block the water, you build down, I build up, the other person build on the side, and the other person build on the other side, my brother, water will not flow freely. So because of that, you found out of that. All of the flooding issues come about every rainy season. Now to just add up quickly before I turn over with the road issues, I think President Monk is right. Look, our contractors and our government officials, I think they're not doing well because, like I learned, someone said they have the kind of the kind of maybe the type of road that you want. They will go there and put it before you. If you want first class, you want second class, or you want third class. And most of the time, I think our government officials, I think they are choosing third class because from what we see, it's like every time, even to Freeport right now, right in from Freeport, the gateway to the economy. My brother, when you see that place right now, you will feel terrible. In from the Freeport right now is one of the worst areas right now for the even see because the entire road there is damaged. Every time when rain fall, the entire place just get flooded without no way to way. And so, Steve, it's terrible for us as people. And I don't even know what I'm going to move for any kind of a thing very soon. But for me, I see I don't think that's going to happen anytime from now.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kana. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Thank you to you, to Mayborn, to Monk for everything. It's good to be here. Um I've been following the conversation, and I saw a lot of things going on today. I saw a video from Johnsonville, and I saw a video from some area where the water was kind of taking over the city. It was very disheartening, but these are things we have been talking about, but people tend to politicize everything. And these are things that are not actually the making of the current president or the current government. These are things, these are old-ish things that people, have actually turned their eyes, the other way. They have blinded themselves to it. But I would still blame the people, the regular people, because they can only get temporarily anger. They'll be angry temporarily. They'll be mad because they're going through it right now. By the end of the day, when this one finish right now, the same people that are supposed to be responsible to clean up, to open drainage. Yesterday morning, I was jogging or walking around. You know, we saw guys with a pickup. Some kind of, I don't know what kind of stick they were putting in the water, looking for trash, taking trash from the water so the free flow of the water can continue. Jefferson Koji was city mayor of Monrovia. I know this thing, it goes beyond Monrovia, but I'm just trying to say something. Wherein Jefferson Koji was taking for the first year or two of just George Weah government, were receiving $50,000 a month, not a year, 50,000 US dollar a month, under the pretext that they're cleaning the city. They didn't open any drainage. Road construction thing, we all know that. Whether it's George Weah, whether it's Joseph Walker, whether any other government in Liberia, the only person that even did something better when it comes to road construction was Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the road that, some of the road outside of Monrovia. But all the other road network that the city are building in Monrovia, they're all substandard roads. Their motive is just to get their kickbacks, to get money out of it. So they will engage in more road construction, not because they want to fix the road, but they want to get more money for themselves. So Right now, I don't know who is the city mayor of Monrovia or Painesville. All they need to do is to, make sure they talk to the president to prioritize the city, ordinances, especially when it comes to people blocking the drainage and people not allowing the free flow of water, and let it create more waterway wherein, when it's raining, water can go and it can sit on the road. But we have more problems. We have bigger problems than that. If the people in leadership they care less about the country, they only care about their pocket. All the other thing, then we're not going to see anything happening with it. And people too who are living in the country, they will see the thing happening. They will just get vexed temporarily. They will either they are angry when that when they are out of it, they finish until next rainy season. Then they will start complaining again. So it's like no one government is responsible, but one of the reasons why people blame Joseph Nyimabuagai, if you say you know it all and you've been in government for 40 years, and these were the challenges that people said that Liberia has a lot of problems, and you say you're the only one that can fix the problem. Even during the time of the CPP, when Joseph Baka was part of it, he said all the people in the CPP, he's the only man with the experience that can change Liberia. In fact, he's the only man that can defeat Liberia or Joseph Boakai. And George Weah is the only man too that can change that country because he has the experience. He knew exactly things that worked for Ellen and things that didn't work for Ellen because he was the last person in the room. So Joseph Boakai already know all these problems, but instead he's not prioritizing it. They're pocketing all the money, nothing for the people, nothing for the country. So we'll go round, 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 even though these are, old age problems, but he inherited the problem with the belief that he can solve the problems. And his lack of leadership and involvement in corruption, aiding and abetting corrupt officials to engage in corruptions, are adding insult to injury. So Liberia is not going anywhere. And it could be worse under Joseph Mabuaka because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't care.
Mr. Khan, when you say he doesn't know what's going on, that one thing. But then if you say he doesn't care, how do you reconcile both of them?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on means. He has no sense of direction when it comes to changing, the country. He doesn't care means he doesn't care about who is stealing what, because as long as he's getting what he wants, that's it. There's no priority. There are no plan to change the country. Nothing whatsoever. Everything they're doing is to set, if you look at Joseph Boaga government since they took power up to where we are, it has been about satisfying few people. It has been about making comparison between their government and Jowea government. And they have been competing with Jowea government in terms of stealing from the Liberian people. There's no comparison or competition about what they're doing better for the people. Those are the areas that he doesn't care. Does he know? It means that Joe Baka does not even know how to run government. He doesn't know what's going on. That's what I meant. Because Joe Baka spent all the time in government, 40 years plus, served with Ellen as vice president. He served all the ministerial position. He knows exactly what's going on. He's supposed to know exactly what's going on in the Senate and legislature as a whole. But Joseph Boakai came up to now. Joseph Boakai started making appointments, Steve. 6 months in government, they now have even finished, appointing cabinet officials. I saw a lot of, ministerial position, the assistant minister being appointed. Some of the chairmen that just supported them, he had nothing to give it to them. He doesn't have the plan, any plan to send it to school. Just making everybody assistant minister. Sooner or later, you will be seeing assistant minister for chicken people that can go buy chicken. You see assistant minister there for buying cow. You see assistant minister there buying, sheep. You see assistant minister there for, cleaning poo. You see assistant minister for all the kind of job in Liberia right now, because Joseph Boakai is giving everybody a job simply because they supported him. We have no priority, has no plan to transform Liberia to do anything that will actually benefit in the people can benefit from. He knows nothing about governance. And the people that he trusts, people that he entrusted, people that he outsourced his responsibility to, also they don't know what's going on. They care less about the country. So at the end of the day, Liberia will continue to be, the victim.
Okay. Well, Monk, what say you? Sekou made a statement about he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't care. I mean, how do you reconcile both statements?
That's a total expose coming from Sekou, and he said everything right. And that's the problem Liberia will find herself going through for the foreseeable future. If you're going to set a standard between Unity Party and CDC, how can you make progress as a society? Because both of them are two lower standards. So it means there is no third option. Because the thing is, if you can just do a little better than Georgia, somehow you're supposed to be successful according to Unity Party standard. And the sedition believe that if Joseph Boakai is doing things that is lesser than Georgia, then it makes them better. And you see what Liberia face? Because you got two set standards that are lower. So for that reason, the country will not benefit in the long term because you don't have higher standards to measure by. Sedition measuring success by Unity Party standard, Unity Party measuring success by CDC standard from Georgia. And I don't know of any visionary leader that will want to use Georgia performances as a template to set a benchmark for a country. So at the end of the day, I would say on the show 1,000 times, I just don't see a path for Liberia moving forward when it comes to good governance, when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to job creation, because the standard for Liberian politics is so low that you just cannot make any good thing of it. That's why you see people say, oh, Georgia should come back. Why do you think they say they want Georgia back? Because they believe Joseph Boakai is performing a little bit below Georgia in the first 6 months. And when you add the Unity Party board, they say, oh, whether it was the yellow machine, whether it was the boss issue, look at what happened. It was a testament to the article we read yesterday coming from the NPA boss that they were able to raise 2 million in 6 months, and CDC took 6 years to raise 4 million. Can you imagine if you say Freeport is the gateway to the economy of Liberia, and somebody telling that just because I was able to raise 2 million in 6 months, somehow I also consider that to be success. So how can the country move forward? Steve, I can pull it more than the way Sekou put it. I think Sekou explained everything, so I will stop there for now. Maybe on something else, but right now, that's what we are left with, bro.
This brings us to our question for today. Who can Liberians trust to lead Liberia? This brings us to this big question, because just today, speaking of the Joseph Boakai government, the director for the NPH,
National Institute of Health,
so she resigned because, according to her, she's being undermined, and lots of things going on. The board of directors then setting meeting behind her with all her knowledge or so forth, and even to remove her. Mr. Kane, today we saw the CDC saying that they're having a militant stuff.
Come back there.
So my question to you guys is, who can Liberians really trust to lead this country? Mr. Kane, what say you? Who do you think Liberians should trust or can trust?
Steve, Mong and Mabel, one of the sisters, one of our, supporters and follower of SKTV reached out to me and asking me, Sekou, we've not been seeing you on the show lately. Please don't abandon your platform. don't do that. A lot of people, count on you, count on SKTV. If you abandon it, people too will abandon it. Don't do that, please. Come be on the show. The last time we were here when I said I'm not going to be available like I normally do. Maybe some people thought I was joking. I've been doing this for years, and I know, and you, Steve, know what it takes away from me, whether it's finance, time, energy. I know. And if I was expecting anything to gain from it, was at least to see the people that we are talking for, listening and acting upon information that we provide for them and to them. But the country, from the leaders to the commoners, everybody seems to care less. And it seems like Liberians are accustomed to suffering, and they don't know what's good. They don't know what good things looks like. They don't even care about themselves. And it also feels like we in the diaspora care more about Liberia than people living in Liberia. We want better for Liberia than the people who live in Liberia. So that kind of position us as if we are just, wasting water on doors back. That we're going to be doing this forever and ever and ever, and then no results. And then when it comes to leadership, search for leadership, I don't know who can actually deliver Liberia. I don't know. So sometimes it's good to take a step back and actually have some soul searching and do some reflection and analyze Liberia and Liberians as to the kind of people we are and what can really work for Liberia. Not I'm giving up on Liberia, but I think Liberian people deserve what they are going through. And if nobody says anything, everybody just let them be. They'll be happy with whatever they're going through. So those who are thinking about changing Liberia, moving back to Liberia to change things, maybe you need to rethink and re-strategize as to what you're going to do in terms of your future or the future of your children when it comes to Liberia. If you are in the diaspora and you have the opportunity to have document, to have money, to work, you should start thinking what you're going to do with your money and what future you can build for your children. If you can be right here in the diaspora, there are a lot of African countries. But for Liberia, I'm not sure when Liberia will change. I'm not sure the kind of leader that Liberia will have that. Pretty much everybody in that country is corrupt. Almost everybody. Even the ones that will be supporting you today, they will still be supporting you based on what is in it for them. Whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing, they will support you based on what is in it for them. But not for the country. And not for the rest of the people in the country. Even those who have served in different positions in the diaspora, they themselves, they are not honest to themselves, they are not honest to the country, and they care less about the country. They only care about themselves, what is in it for them. And unfortunately, those who they are governing, those who are actually giving them the power to serve, they themselves too, they don't love themselves. They care less about themselves. They fight people who fight for them. They want to destroy people who fight for them. So when you ask me about Liberia, I just feel like Liberia is a failed nation, a failed state. And Liberians as a whole deserve nothing good at this point until Liberians can come back to their senses and be able to distinguish between right and wrong, be able to differentiate between what is good and what is bad, to be able to think about themselves and think about their country, think about their children, and say, well, look at other countries around us. Look at Ivory Coast. Look at all the country that fought war. In Sierra Leone, they fought war. In Liberia, they fought war. In Ivory Coast, they fought war. But the only country that destroyed their country, Zane, we took Zane from over our houses in Togo to Guinea and sold it. We didn't see that in Ivory Coast. Cambo, we took Cambo to Guinea and Sierra Leone and Ivory Coast to sell it. Copper wire, we took it to sell it. We didn't just kill each other, but we tried to destroy the country and be left with nothing. So Liberia is just a country that can be compared to any other country in the world. And Liberians themselves, it looks like the war kind of traumatized the entire country. It's just that some are severely affected and some were not severely affected. So those who with little education, thinking that they are educated, they take advantage of people of the country, knowing that we are a bunch of stupid people in the country. I'm sorry if you feel insulted, but if majority fail to act and allow the minority to make decisions for you, and that decision that can impact your life and the posterity unborn, then you are very, very stupid. The reason why Liberia is not going anywhere because we are not serious-minded people. We focus on trivial things. We focus on things that don't really matter. Just look at Liberia. Every thing that can be trending in Liberia. Funny thing, things that don't really, really matter, that don't add to their life. They focus on that and disregard the most important things that could impact their life. So I don't know what's going on with Liberia. I don't know who's going to be that change agent. And when it comes to politics and political parties, many of us thought even though we did not personally or officially endorse Alexander Cummings, but many people believe that Alexander Cummings could be an alternative to change Liberia. But in politics, you cannot change anything until you are elected. What is the possibility? What is the prospect of people like Cummings being elected in Liberia? If you take a clean ship in the midst of hyena and lions, can that ship survive? That's the question for Liberia. I don't know who's going to change Liberia. And I don't know if Liberia will ever change. At least now with this generation. I don't know. That's what I have to say. That's what I have to say, gentlemen.
Damn.
Well,
the men just wept the floor, and we've been saying it. I've been saying it. I gave you even an age limit and an age range. You see, Steve, you know why the people, when you come to this country, you, like I said, you will see things differently, or when you travel any part of the world. We are human beings. We came with an expiration date. We are never on this planet forever. They got age range. They got something they call lifespan. That's why even in the US, when people are making decisions for future generation, when you come here, you understand something they call the illusion of time. Look, you can get your property back. You can have a kid that could die. You could still get another kid. You can get married. The one thing you can never get back in life is something they call time. Once that time is gone, it's gone. Some people say, oh, I want to be engaged in advocacy. We want to pray and make sure that the country. The question is, what time? What process will you use? If you are in a country where the vast majority of people that will be making the decision are giving you signal that they're not ready for change. Sometimes they can say, we in the diaspora, I believe we cry more than the bereaved. And Sekou said it right, that we are so worried about the people than they worry about themselves. And at the end of the day, they will be making the decision for Liberia. Look today what you saw under the ring. Even though the city is flooded, but they still found a way to come out. Now, you think they came out because they came out to represent the country? No, they came out to represent their party. The party mandate. And we said it a couple of days ago on the same thing about this, the differences between Kenya and Liberia. Yeah. The difference between Kenya and Liberia. The young people that jumped in the streets in Kenya, they were the president's own supporter. But they understand why it's at stake when it comes to the country versus politics. You think you will ever live to see that happening in Liberia? So we are only rolling the dice. Let's assume we got a lot of folks in Liberia, but it will still be the rolling of the dice. And the case that Sekou is making is a legitimate case. First of all, the society is so broken, it's such a failed state that even if you are lucky to find an individual, will they even be able to survive in such a system? Second of all, which process will you even use to get the individual that you think can make the country better? Why are the prospect that Taiwan Congo can become president in Liberia? Why are the prospect that or Simeon Freeman could win the presidency in Liberia? Why are the prospect that Alexander Cummings can win with the demographic of voters that you have in Liberia? Look, let me tell you something. When we first started doing the whole financial market and trading thing, they could tell you, say, trading is gambling. There was this guy, they call him Antoine Corel. He's a venture capitalist in London. The guy said, trading is not gambling. There is something in life they call odds. He said, everything you do in life, there is an inherent risk, but still we take those risks. He said, when a woman go get birth, there's a possibility she could have a child. There's a possibility she could die while giving birth. But women still choose to get pregnant because they know they are more likely to give birth than dying while giving birth. So there is an inherent risk in everything that you do. The question is, in the case of Liberia, looking at your time, like Sekou said, if you are in the diaspora, you work your life here, you've been here, you working 15, 20, 25, 40 years. You got your case. You want to see something better. But if the country is not getting better, what will be your next option? Are you going to sit here and spend the rest of your life here? Are you going to find an alternative country? Because you are not here forever. Whether you like it or not, they call it what memento mori in a Latin, that we will all die, whether you like it or not. The question is, what will you do with your time on planet Earth as opposed to being a dead body? And you don't have all the time in the world. It will come to a state that people will get frustrated. People will throw in the towel because the reality are there. You can hope all you want. I keep saying that hope is not a strategy. A country that wants to develop, that want to move forward, you can see it. You go there, you will see how they live, you will see how they engage in politics. Can you see anything in Liberia, Steve, that can give you any optimism that 15 or 20 years from now will be better? Can you see it? I guess you cannot. So then what's the next decision? And the way the CEO sounding today, I think it's almost like the CEO that is losing energy and the oxygen level, he's turning to low energy on Liberia.
So I want to say something that I think will be the alternative. If Liberia cannot be entrusted with somebody good to lead, I want to say it. Thank God we are on the radio. I want to predict it because I know that will be something that will happen if care is not taken. Melbourne, in the meantime, I beg you, is it possible for us to take some calls from our people? Because I want to say this thing and then maybe Sekou and Monk can chime in before we our people on the radio quickly. The thing I want to say is this. I'll be very short with it. This morning,
tell people to try to do the setup studio B what Steve was talking. That way we have time. Have done that already?
Yeah. Everything said. Even though you are giving up, we won't give up. Everything okay.
Okay, thank you. Right. Thank you, baby. So the thing I want to say is this. I woke up this morning and I saw, since the Liberian people refuse to do what is right.
When you're done, Steve, I told you want to chime in, so go ahead.
Yeah, and I saw something that I think it's an emergence of a problem. It could be a bigger problem. And that could be where the country becomes a serious problem for itself. You see that thing that we're joking with in Liberia that we're calling people Zogos? See that thing that we're joking with? You see the numbers increasing on a daily basis? If the Liberian people cannot remove these criminals and stand up to them, the people you all call Zogos, the people you all call drug addicts, they will turn Liberia into a gangster paradise. You know, this morning there was a building burned in Salala.
Yes, it was yesterday. Yesterday morning, yeah.
Good morning. And people are joking with it. The message is resonating. You know, the thing they can start from the rural area, then they walk itself to the urban area. The government is joking. Joseph Boakai isn't joking. It will get out of control. You see Haiti, how Haiti looking at? There's no control. The level there's no control. Oh yes, in Haiti it's loose. And we're taking it for a joke.
So gang control the country.
When we say you'll cost us, you'll fight us, you'll insult us, we don't get a problem with it. All the things we've said on SKTV so far, whether you agree or not, it has come to become the truth. And that's where we are headed. And I see no care is taking. I see they don't care. Even the whole drug business, I said they were going to fight, whatever it is. They just not making it look funny. They will say we said it. Mr. Canada, we can add a chairman on before we go to the landing. Mr. Canada, you say you had a chairman on, we can hear you.
Chairman's on. Hello, Chairman Yato.
You can hear me?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You know, it's a time of reflection for all of us, and especially me, that have for the past 30 years given my life.
Your voice is kind of a little bit low. Can you talk a little louder?
Just hold on.
Yeah.
Just hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, much better.
I say it's a time of reflection. especially for people like us and like you and Steve that have been part of our community improvement for the last 30 years. After the elections in Liberia, I was just so disappointed in Riverside, and I gave up. And I said that Liberia cannot be redeemed. So why are we suffering ourselves? But I talked to a very major politician yesterday, and I said, it is time for us to come back into the race for our own sake. Because two things will happen. If you retire and you can't go back to Liberia, you will die here. And your people, if they suffer so long, oh man, they become dependent on you, you're still going to die. I reminded that politician yesterday, I said, look at George Weah. Look at Joseph Boakai. These were people that didn't exist prior to 2005. Somebody had to make them. Look at Darius Dillon. I don't care what Darius Dillon think he is. If the diaspora had not put our energy behind Darius Dillon, he would not be senator today. What we have done, though, is that we that have good resources and good will have given up. So I think it's time for us to get back into the race and create our own candidate. You had 20 persons in the race. We allow the Liberian people to select the two worst of the 20 people. Oh man, the reflection of a man's life will tell you whether he can take care of you. If you cannot feed your family, especially when you're being paid by the public service, why do you think you're going to take care of Liberia? Joseph Boakai will never succeed because he does not have it within himself. There's no luck. Give a guy a chance. For instance, why would I give Joseph Boakai a chance when the labor minister that's supposed to fight for rights of our workers are now dipping and double dipping and triple dipping? Do you know how long it would take you to fight that man? 2.5 years. You would have done more damage for us. I think we need to organize ourselves. We need to select 2 persons or 3 persons. Say, Kumi is perhaps the best choice. Harry Moriba and Tiawan Goglo. Those are the 3 people that we can organize and we can raise the money. Momentum is what politics is all about. I may not be, maybe I was laughing at myself when I told Mark, I may not be maybe a good candidate to run for office because my heart is too big. But I'm a goddamn good manager. There's no way that if I were fully involved with Cummings or with Tiawan Gonglo, that we wouldn't have at least present our case. I told CDC we created George Weah. Maybe say you don't know, but I was the only person who organized the first meeting that George Weah got paid $10,000 for speaking. Nothing but nonsense. Joseph Boakai, I brought him to Detroit, and we paid Joseph Boakai $10,000 for speaking. Politics momentum, we got a guy who has the best profile to govern, but he doesn't know how to win, and that's Cummings. And I can get to Cummings. I can get to Tiawan Gonglo. We that are well-intentioned need to start galvanizing ourselves. Look, 6 years is right around the corner. Can you imagine George Weah's son is now in the Copa tournament? Did George Weah use his own money and take Kalasco and all of them in a private jet to go to follow his son? No, but he took our money and went to say he's going to the World Cup. Over millions of dollars he spent. And do you think that the best that George Weah, we gave him more than $4 billion legally through the budget, and he couldn't do nothing but build 2 parks. His own ground crew, does not even have schools. Have you seen ground crew or the Southeast? And do you think that we will sit there and allow George Weah to come back? George Weah to come back for another 6 more years? Who do you think we're going to blame? Then we're just going to write Liberia off. I'm disheartened like you, but we can't be discouraged. We have to organize, and we got to start now. We got to force people like Tiawan Gonglo, like comics, to come together and say, look, Yomi Kaka is my own sister from childhood. Do you think that after mismanaging the Senate, she's been there since 2013? Do you think that Yomi will transform Liberia? Look at the budget for the Senate last year. Last year's budget, and nobody talks about it. Do you think that Edwin Snow that have set up since 2005 will change Liberia? Look, oh man, we can't complain. We gotta get up and fight. And the language in politics is a fire for fire. I think I'm ready now, and I'm mad, but I'm ready now to go and lead this fight. We led the fight for dual citizenship. I saw it pass. We led the fight. Anytime we fought in the diaspora, we always won because we have the resources, we have the energy, and we have the people on our side because we sponsor and we support everybody in Liberia. I will call one of you, few people that have good ways. We need to call a meeting to start because the way Liberia is going, God Himself is tired with us. Simple. God is tired with Liberia. God is not listening. The Bible says it. He doesn't listen to you because we're so sinful. We don't care. And we cannot sit there and have a Eugene Namwe to come back. Eugene Namwe, his wife said to us that our folks are taking back in buckets that using half of the water. He is in showers. Eugene Namwe, when I was in CDC, had no money. He was back in LA. How can Eugene become a millionaire today and we allow him to come back under the disguise of? Because we have reduced politics to the lesser of two evils. Evil is evil. And I just want to land on that and say thank you for this time here, and we need to mobilize, and we are ready to mobilize.
Thank you so much. So maybe we can go to Liberia.
Yeah, before we go to Liberia, quickly, let me make a statement. Chairman Yato, thank you. And yes, I know for the past few weeks, Siku has been saying that he's tired, he needs to rest. I've been going to the horse for us to talk. And I will keep on motivating and encouraging him for us to talk. So those of you who think that we're going to give up, you're lying. Chairman Yato, I'm with you 100%. This is the next move. And we will fight. Yeah, we will. Thank you.
So the number to call is 0778 339682. Again, 0778 339682. Put in your calls to be part of the show right here on Truth from the SKTV show. We are discussing a wide range of issues reaching to the development of Liberia. So this caller, hello, good evening. Yeah, my brother, good. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us. All right, go ahead.
So, you getting me?
Yeah, go ahead, I'm getting you.
So, let me appreciate the man for his statement, and that is why the Liberian people been pushing that those people can come and put fire down this irresponsible government that will be there. I don't have no faith for Liberian people. And I got a question with Liberian people who put up for Joseph Imam Baga and trying to bring judgment on behalf of the president. They have your freedom to speak. But Mr. Cummings, the man who have this vision for our country. Mr. Cummings who want to make sure that young people who's taking here, who don't get job, who still have Aisha whole day from morning to night, who don't have job, to get job and keep working and earn money for our family and for our future. And keep putting Baga and judgment on that. That would be a freedom to say on me. So after what he tell is saying, Mr. Cummings and other people coming stand and we'll stand with them in the struggle until we'll see the end of this government. Because the government.
All right, thank you so much. We got to take more calls. So this caller, good evening. Sorry. Hello. Oh, let me see. Let's call slip off the line. Hello.
Yeah, good evening and good evening to the people and the panelists.
All right, boss. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, my name is Nana Giving Kakwa calling from Bangladesh, the fountain this evening. No, Chairman Yato said it all, but my little disappointment is you will not choose the other two people you said they are the most qualified. They will be the same. You expect the people who damage the calling for just when I come back. And don't be surprised, they still get a follow-up. So by you seeing people in the street, don't mind it. Like when people learn, if they will not learn, people want to win the 2023 election. Then they got a cash. We know. People who are alive, man, and Eugene, what broke like a child rat to come rule this country again.
All right. Thank you so much.
It will not work. So
all right, let's take this call. Hello. Yeah, my brother, 1 minute, please. Let's stick to our time. Other two are also on the line. Go ahead.
Thank you, my name is William Covey. Let's appreciate it. But you know, the whole of the other panelists in the US, people saying that you cannot get dial and you get it went to harm and I also cool that you get it dial and it's trying to step. Mind you, let me clear. You people are the cause that making a lot of people not to listen to you. Look, let me clear. If you people will show your that for SCTV, if you were honest in your analysis, you can make a lot of people to believe you. Like even you want to educate them about good deal, they would have bought some of your ideas, but you're making a lot of people to believe that you have a preconceived mind or hatred or personal greed against people. Like since they show that there, you know, you just election that of the president, you have never said a good job about the party system worker. But every blessed day you have to go to show it is about negative, it is negative. Now the government is just going on the whole equipment of yellow magic.
All right. The times has elapsed. So this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing this evening? This is Mohammed Bar. I do join the conversation from Grand Cayman County.
For Grand Cayman County, that's good. Go ahead, Chief.
So first and foremost, I'm speaking to Sekou. I want to tell Sekou that he is vindicated. I am vindicated. Steve is vindicated because we are patriotic. We voted for Liberia. We voted for the interest of the people. We did not choose political party over the interest of the people. We did not choose selected individual over the interest of the people. So I feel proud. Though the consequences of the decision of the people is affecting me because I ain't Liberia experiencing all the suffering. But when I sit down as per my conscience, I feel happy because I know I voted Mr. Cummings. And Mr. Cummings had what it takes to deliver Liberia in a way that we were going to experience a better society or self-sustainable society. So we are vindicated. So the issue on discussion today, we talk about the sewage system and the drainage system. It was amazing that in District 4, 2 babies allegedly drowned because of the same flooding that is occurring in the respective community across Liberia. Even concession near within our countries, they are built on our sewages, they are built on our drainages, and the government lack the ability to address these basic ills that are confronting the people. But who are we to blame? We blame the society. We blame the masses of the Liberian people because what is happening in Liberia today is the decision that is made. So like I said last night, we need to speak to our...
All right, thank you so much. So the last caller, the crossover for the team to respond before we go off the radio. So this caller, good evening. Yeah, Chief, okay, go ahead.
My name is Natasha. I'm just back calling you from Amazon, Johnson.
Yes, go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Let me first appreciate you guys on the show for your hard work, and I would like to tell particular people thank you. You see, the mistake we keep making this country, I want to suffer with Liberia. We always want to make sure to Alec, oh yes, because in this country, because of party interest. And we don't need that again in our country anymore. We're looking for a leader who will control our country and to be able to bring investors to help the young folks in our country like Liberia. Sekou and other folks, let me go to you people. Liberia will always talk about making wrong decisions by letting children in Mapuaga and judgment, and we are Catholic in that. And they were 100% wrong. And they will make mistakes and let those people, we Liberians going to make sure we're going to stay on our feet, Catholic or not, or people don't do it now. Mr. Brighter or George, whether we are going to come at this presidency. There's a only opportunity right now we have to go to the presidency. Don't worry, I think we're going to last one.
Thank you so much. The last caller, quickly. 30 seconds.
How are you?
Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
This is Oliver Wulaki calling from the Kawa community. The Liberia problem is just like one of my friends servicing wood to trucks. People came around and said the old man had the wisdom, had the leadership ability, he had the experience. Today we are suffering from somebody who had 42 years experience. Now Mr. Kumi is with all now. Those of you that are closer to Mr. Kumi, I'm saying that for me is the alternative for the leadership in Liberia. Tomorrow we'll go in there again, then somebody else will come on the side. So we just need God intervention.
All right.
Liberia.
All right. Thank you so much. So, Sekou, Bizana Monk, and Steve, it's back to you people. At least so that you can respond to the callers before we go off the radio for the news.
And just before the callers, I mean, the panelists can come in, I just want to reaffirm and re-announce that today is Friday. It's SKTV, and what people know what we do on Friday on SKTV. We got to keep the program. You guys saying that Sekou shouldn't throw in the tower. Now, y'all give Sekou a reason not to be mad. Well, today is Friday. We got a lot of operations to run in terms of making sure that SKTV continues on the radio. And they responded from the callers. I mean, it's good, but you got to keep SKTV going. And today is Friday, and that's how we keep SKTV going. So all you gotta say is Sekou, oh, don't drop the ball, don't get tired now. It's Friday. At least show up. Today is Friday, guys. And you can take over, Steve. I just wanted to make the announcement.
Thank you. Mr. Okane, what's your reaction quickly? And can you please pin the number, because we didn't get the number for today. It was not pinned, please.
I think people already know the number, but let me see. 480.
Yeah, where reaction? What do you say? Where your story, Mr. Okane?
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, let me do this quick. So Steve, you know, yeah, I just pinned the number.
Thank you.
But when you guys come on, you can do it. You don't have to wait for me. But anyway,
I like it. I like it when it's on the screen. I mean, when it's visible. I don't know how you guys do it over there, but even when you pin it, like if it's on the screen, that'd be okay.
Oh, yeah, visible, right?
It's visible there
on the main screen, right?
Yeah, it's on the screen already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it did.
All right, that's great.
Yeah. So my reaction to the callers, I think Liberians are waking up. 3 months ago, we never used to hear about, anybody else. But for the past 2 weeks, we've been receiving callers, not from the diaspora, from Liberia, mentioning commies and other people as an alternative. You know, like I said the last time, Liberians, our problem is not about political parties. It's about the people the political parties are giving us to lead us. A party is just a name. Individuals leading the party are the ones that are destroying Liberia. Even if the country decided they want to go with two-party system, it's not about the party name, it's about who are the people leading the party. Unity Party is not open to any other person beside the people who are corrupt. CDC, from the past, they are only open to those who are corrupt. So if Liberians really want to change Liberia, they got to look beyond the corrupt officials, whether they're in the CDC, they're in the Unity Party, or they're in different party. They are corrupt individuals that have leveraged our country throughout for so many years. Steve, Monk, imagine Eddie Snowden, the one that making decisions for Liberia. Everybody in Liberia knows he's corrupt. He left his district to go to another district because of corruption. Imagine Thomas Farah left his district because he was corrupt. He was not going to be re-elected. He went to Liberia, and the Liberian people, and the same corrupt leaders turn around and make the man deputy speaker. Fonati Kofa was in jail here, in America here. After his jail time, he went back to Liberia and became Speaker of the House of Representatives. He was Deputy Speaker. Now people are talking about he becoming president. All the people who are corrupt, who are criminals, some of them are convicted criminals. Some of them have not been convicted, but we know by all accounts that they are criminals, are the people that are making decisions for Liberia. You think people like that will give chance to people who are good people, who could potentially arrest them and jail them or prosecute them? They're not going to allow that to happen. And they are the one making decisions for Liberia. So the people are listening, and some of them, you know, we got to learn, we got to understand later on. But still beyond the people, even the communist himself, even the Tiawan Gonglo, the Monuba, or other people that we think about right now, I'm not seeing the courage in any of them to say they can come and take over Liberia. All the names you're hearing right now for 2029, you're only hearing Fonati Kofa, Joe Weah, Sir Joseph, Nyomli. Those are the names you're hearing. Because the people got to show to the Liberian people that they want it. If communist does not show to the Liberian people he wants it, nobody going to take it and give it to him. Same thing with Tiawan Gongole and all the other people there. No matter how diaspora Liberians may want to support communists or other people, if they are not showing, you know, in their action that they want it, nobody going to give it to them. So their name will not be called. And let me tell you something, whatever happened, whatever going to happen in 2029 starts right now. If you're not in the picture right now, you are not going to be in the picture in 2029, because you're not going to come 2028 or 2027, say you're going, because you're coming out to run for president, nobody's going to pay attention to you. And let me tell you, some of the same people that we're calling right now, calling their name right now, whether it's communists, whether it's Tiawan Gonglo, Monuba, or all the other people there, they don't call you to say, let me come on the show today, I want to speak to the Liberian people. No, they don't. They don't come, they don't invite themselves to any platform, even Alexander Cummings. You have to call them. Because I don't know, but most of them believe that you need them more than they need you. For example, during the campaign, Monuba people that call me, they wanted to come on SKTV. When we told them to pay $250, that's the reason why they couldn't come. Because they could not afford $250. They want the president of Liberia. Alexander Cummings, all the time Alexander Cummings appear on SKTV, we invited him. But before then, we invited Monuba. We invited Tiawan Gonglo many times. But the people that you're talking about, they are right, but they got to show that they want it. But other people that you think they are criminals, other people that you think they are corrupt, that have leveraged and controlled that country for the past decade, they are reaching out because they want it. They are reaching out and ready to spend their money, just like some of us, we don't want to lose our integrity. We don't want anybody to buy our integrity.
Yep.
People who want to say they are reaching out, people who don't want it, you want to go big then and give them the presidency. Do you know how many people reach out to me and asking me, oh, can you guys talk to communists to be talking, to be doing it, to be doing that? Communists, the ones who want to be coming to us to tell us that I want to come on the show. I want to appear today. I want to talk to the Liberian people. I want to speak on these issues. On these issues that are affecting our people. I want to come and speak to the government doing X, Y, and Z to our people. He's the one that wants to be working to make one over there say, okay, gentlemen, I want to come to, Truth FM today. What are the available times so I can come on to talk to our people? But they want to be sitting there. They want you to reach out to them to even to give them a platform. Most of them, even if you call them to answer your phone, it's hard for them. I'm not speaking of communists alone. I'm talking about all the politicians in Liberia. So for somebody to become somebody, you have to want to be that person. And let people call you desperate. Let people call you eager. Let people call you somebody who they can really want to be this, want to be that. But it shows that you want it. But it has to be seen in your action, in all your activities that you really want to be. The same way we are angry, the same way we are here today, angry for seeing our country going down the drain, corrupt-minded people, fraudsters running our country. How can they not angry? How can they not desperate to reach out and to speak on issues, to speak to the people? How can they not do that? Because they don't want it. Those that want it are reaching out. I'm telling you. I can tell you, Yombly wants to be president. That's what people are talking about it. Chomakun want to be president. He's not only reaching out to just us, Liberians, but he's reaching beyond Liberians. We got some information on that. We don't want to talk about it yet. Fonati Kofa wants it. And he's reaching out beyond your expectation. And they are working on modalities. You know, Liberia, nothing can hide in Liberia. If a meeting happened today, tomorrow we hear it. We know people that have been having meetings, who've been calling other people to have conversations. Even the meeting for political parties, opposition political parties to meet, it was initiated by George Weah. Oh, Jawea will not come back, but Jawea wants it. So those that want it, well, how come they don't want to take the mantle of leadership? How come they don't want to be the one in the vanguard to show that they are the one representing the opposition political parties? You see, this year want it. That's why they are making everything, they are doing everything to be relevant. You say you're angry because you lost the election. Whatever people that were in power, they lost the power was taken away from them abruptly because they didn't show leadership. But they are eager, they are angry, they are desperate right now to come back. You don't want it, you relax. You say it's too soon because you're angry, yeah, because the brown people never voted for you. So you're angry, you don't want to do anything. You want to wait until the post office, when they're dying, and then they will come back. They will never come back. You will never get that call. If you think Liberia deserves to be changed, you have to be ready to do what you need to do. Other than that, we'll be here 100 years from today.
Well, Mr. Kane, I know I will turn.
Same Monk and make some announcement. Let me just make sure if there's something is here, but hold on. Not there. Okay. Yeah, Monk, you have let me see, 1, 2, 3. You have $110 and $225 on the Zelle here. That's 60. So we'll consider that three people. And then on a cash app, we have 1, 2. Oh, the chairman contributed. So the chairman contributed, and it's all $50. And we have $121, we have $25. So like we have 1, 2, 3. So count it 4, 5, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. So we got 9 people contributed.
Yeah, I received
What
a
are they
message
doing?
from the
What are the those that gave 50? I counted as 2, 2 and
two.
a
Yeah,
half, 2 and a
yeah.
half. So 9.
The chairman sent me a message. The chairman said the patriotic Liberian that said that believe that they want to take on this fight, let him match his contribution. So he testing the water. It's a pilot program, that particular donation, because we come here, we say everything we want to say, but at the end of the day, you got to turn into action, and you will test the water from here. So the cash and the Zelle still open, and that was just the chairman message, that if you think you're going to take on this fight, it takes energy, it takes resources. So most especially in the diaspora, I said it in before. I say the people in the diaspora, sometimes they will have to make a choice. You either be. Go
Sorry.
ahead, go ahead,
Now,
Secretary.
now cutting off, and Steve here, he knows what we go through. That when I say it is taken away from me financially, I know what I've been going through. If my problem is just with me in Liberia, in America here, I don't have a problem, to be honest. But if we want to do this, do you know? I'll not even say that, but we have a lot to do, Mom. And if our people actually want us to continue doing what we're doing, they just need to help us, help them, and help the country. We cannot do this all by ourselves. If we do it by ourselves, then we'll just do it on our own term. Maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, but without help. Consistency matters. In as much as we're not going to change all the minds at the same time, but the more we do, we can change 1 or 2 minds a day. People understand. And one of the powers that we have is being on the radio throughout the country.
Yeah, that's the advantage right there, the radio.
And that is not cheap. You can take that for a fact. It's not cheap. When we decided the last time that we want to have, we want to make sure that we have some our operating, budget, the limit we put it on, we have never achieved that even once. We're always short. We have to go extra miles. The last time I had to call some friends, beg them to send us something in order for us to be on some of the radio stations in Liberia. So it came to a point I told the people, say, okay, today I don't have money. So in order for us to do all of these things, money is part of it. We've got to encourage each other. And those in Liberia too, we've got to hear from them. We've got to know that they are actually receiving the message and they are working with us to make sure that we see our country change. Even those that are spending their money, if they're seeing there's no progress, nothing going on, they'll be discouraged, Mom. People spend their money for a reason. But some people be with us throughout. And they be helping. But tell me, the amount of people that used to be here before the election or during the election time, where are they today? They're giving up. So people being, since you made an announcement, You know,
So Mr. Kane, just before we continue, let me say this really quick. You said something that I'm glad you didn't go into detail. Sometimes our people don't understand. And let me say this to all of you guys. If we were just taking one of the offers that were made or that have been made to us, you will never see SKTV Cash App number. You will never see it. Even when you call, even when you send money, we'll get there and send your money by ask something to you. But in order to maintain your integrity, so that you don't appear conflicted and confusing like most of our friends that you see on this app or that you listen to on the radio. Let me say this to you. Most of the people that you see, they are compromised. They are bought. So I'm just saying this to say, we do our best, we do our part. And sometimes we appreciate all of you. Sometimes we need to get the motivation. We need to know that you are there with us. Because at the end of the day, whether Cummings become president or Chawan Gonglo or Molibao, we're not related to them. We're in the media more likely, so we're not getting anything from it. You can rest assured. And we're not doing this for, we want you to be president so you can get what they want to do. That's not the point. The point here is, if we're going to fight, then you must be in the fight. Because this is about all of us. So, to those of you who continue to do your best, thank you. We appreciate you. And your rest assured that Mr. Kane, he's not resting, or we on his back. We were there last night again. We toss on top. Today, said I'm making a show on the show. We toss on top. We're on a bad morning. They play like proposal. Tete. I will on a bad tete. Every morning I will call you. Every morning I will tell you to make sure. Even when you fall asleep, I will just fall asleep there. You come and sleep. But truly speaking, your thank you. And let's continue. This is how it works. Let's continue to do what we do. I appreciate the chairman. I stand with the chairman. We have to do this. Not for us, but for the next generation. The next group of people. Let our talking not going in vain. We can do this. We can do it. The same way we brought certain people to power, we can move certain people from power too. And we can do it the right way. Your thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, Monk, go ahead.
So Monk, just to update, we based on the person who said the match, the chairman, the person had donated 25 first, but because the chairman said was a challenge, so the person also sent another 25. So
she went with 50.
Yeah. So we have another person.
Black American said 50.
Yeah, we have another person too that actually donated 60. So that we counted at 3, because as we normally do. So right now we have about 15 people now. Because I'm counting the ones that beyond, the $25 I can count that one there like $225 I can count that one 3 or 2.5. $50 is 2.5. So because we averaging $20 per person. So I'm counting we have about 15 people.
Yeah, 15. Our goal is 30. So we halfway there, but at least let's keep pushing it, folks. If you're going to take this fight nationwide, look, hello, can you hear me, Segu?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're live.
I don't know why I'm sounding so low here.
Yeah, you're very loud and clear.
Okay, hold on 1 second here.
Oh, you went off. So yes, my people, let me tell you this. Liberia, the country we call Liberia, that country is poor. Big time. I swear to God. Some of us are privileged to information that you may not be privileged to. But I can tell you 100%. most of the people that you think are good people, they are not good people. Somebody said, Monk.
Yeah, I'm here.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
The chairman made a very salient point that even though it look tough, the optics don't look right, but you just cannot give up. Giving up is not an option. Matter of fact, the cartel that runs the system, that's what they actually praying and rooting for, because that way they keep their grip on power. And you see, the same sober reflection you are having. Sometimes I give the politician the benefit of the doubt as well. That people who ran the past election, who compete, who participated, sometimes maybe they themselves doing their own deep thought and reflection. Because if you go to an election is a very tough thing to absorb. The energy, the resources, crisscrossing the country, talking to people. And then when you see the result, it doesn't even reflect your aspiration. And then you start questioning things. So even though we want for them to respond, at a certain point in time, it can become something to actually that will take a while for them to really, really accept. So we will give them time as well. We want them talking, we'll give them time because it's a very tough thing. But at the end of the day, I keep telling my diaspora folks, I say if you read history, everywhere in the world, from Japan to the United States to other countries, the diaspora actually were the one that laid the marker, whether you like it or not. If you go do research, if you see all the African presidents, do you know that 95% of them were educated from overseas? Whether it was the Kwame Nkrumah, the Jomo Kenyatta, they all have Western education. Now, I'm not saying the people in Liberia or the people that are home, I'm not discrediting them. I'm just saying, because when you travel, when you live in other part of the world, it becomes like a burning sensation. You want to see your country doing better because you have seen better. So when you look at the country you came from and you look at other places, you're going to like, well, why are these people doing exceedingly better than where they're coming from? That's where that urgency can come from. That's where the urge can come from, that you want to see some kind of a transformation in your country. Because like it's almost like somebody taking your nerve and stabbing your heart. You go to a country like places like Ghana and Africa, they got or separate highways. They got I would say some little bit of food security, they got infrastructure. And you come to our country, everything you see is just negative. It's just like we're living in the prehistoric time, like the cavemen. Nothing you can boast of. And that's where that particular urgency can come from. And like the chairman said, the people in the diaspora will have to show up, and showing up begin. Look, Sekou, let me tell you, I'm not saying it because I'm on the show. It was few reasons that I considered before even coming on SKTV. I tell you this all the time. I told you, I said, if the people in the diaspora will make progress, if we make impact politically, it will start from SKTV. And the reason I came to SKTV, when you started the program, I used to listen to you guys, analyze the way how you guys were coming. I said, no, these guys, they seem to be a little bit balanced. I'm not saying you cannot have a political bias, but in terms of the information you put out there, it doesn't favor anybody. It's not political. So there is something that I'm going to say I can chime into, find a couple of hours in the day and try to contribute. So for our people in the diaspora, I said, the one advantage SKTV do have over any other platform right now on the social media is the fact that you are on the radio in almost every country. But radio is expensive. Can you imagine? Let me give you a typical example here. The Nation report that can do analysis on TV and radio and ad spend. This coming election will cost U.S. politicians $16 billion. Can you imagine? All the political ads you see on TV, the people look at it by the time of the day those ads run. They look at the market, because when you live into let's say if you're in the Chicago market, the population size, the people charge you per population size. And guess how much the commercial runs? 30 seconds on the TV, and you're paying $3.5 million. So they're saying that this election cycle will cost $16 billion with a B in the US. So our people should understand that in as much as we want to reach we want to reach out to the 15 counties, we want to get out to the voters, it also comes along with a cost. We don't want to come here to be talking about money all the time. For me, I told you, I said my level of success for SKTV would be like the day we come on the show on a Friday, and Sekou said, guys, we already got 30 to 35 person that couldn't be there $20 per day. We are even making the announcement. That's the day I will put the white flag up and say, you know what? There is success for me in terms of supporting the program. And I keep telling our folks overseas, you are carrying the higher burden of Liberia's problem, because you must take care of yourself in America and take care of a bunch of people back there. Financially, you pay their school fees, you the relatives and friends that are here, when it comes to their hospital bills, sometimes they call you, their children sick, they're going to call you. So if you do the comparison in terms of the cost that you are carrying, that you must take care of yourself in America and take care of your relatives, your friends, some of your former partners will even call to chime in with you. You know what I mean? You got to chime in with them. If you look at the cost, it's not even in comparison to the $20 you get once every Friday in the month. So our people need to step up again. And the chairman said it's a fight. It's a bigger fight than you think. If you cannot get on the battlefield, man, then you can just kiss the country goodbye. That's just all I have to say for now. You couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah, thank you, Monk. And then I will also inform you that yes, one of the sisters, I don't like to call name, but since she herself pronounced it, she sent out $50 or so. Matching the chairman. Her name is Nancy. Nancy, yes, Nancy did that on Zelle, and we also we count that two and a half. That would take us to 17, and have another person also that sent us $20. That would be 18. So 18 and a half. So if another $10 or two $25 will also be two and a half. That will complete that one. So we are at 18 and a half people right now. So maybe you got 12 more to go, or 11 and a half to go. Yeah, so on the issue, I was talking about things that we know that we can talk about. Because the people, what they don't know is that even if they have a meeting today, we get the information. So some of them can be surprised to hear us discussing without going into detail, telling the people um, um, the meeting that they will have. In fact, do you know that one of the person currently in leadership has already hired lobbyists working with the United States government, making a case for themselves for 2029. In fact, not only talking to the United States people, but what they have done, they have paid some of the influential people to also leverage certain people not to run in Liberia. Well, some of these things, they will come out. It's just like it's too early for us to actually involve in 2029 discussion. But we are telling you that we have everybody on record. Everything that's going on, we got you on record. When it's time for us to expose anything about you, as long as politics, we will do so. So don't think, say, if we don't talk about you, then that means we don't know about you. Don't think like that. We told you when Sajosa had that program in Grand Bassa County, we did not only follow that program, we followed the source of where Sajosa got those medical supply from. We went deeper and we got a lot of information. We got a lot of information. Because we obtained some video and photo from the people themselves. And it will amuse you that Yombly, Kanga, Lawrence, and DeLong, they are also working and depending on diaspora Liberians. For Yombly presidency, can you imagine when they're ready to go and
imagine that, yeah. The diaspora, the cash cow. When they want money, then they come to the diaspora.
For income donation, like medical supplies and other stuff, they depend on diaspora. But yeah, when they're ready, they will say with nothing. They will just make noise on SKTV and other diaspora forum. But You know, we know about it. And all their all the things that they've been doing, we followed it. The ones that got medical supply from Children's Hospital in Pennsylvania, we got the information. The ones that got the medical supply
from the Children's Hospital.
yeah, Children's Hospital in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You know, among when it comes to the medical thing, especially, we from Formosa perspective, we to do medical mission every year. So we know the resources, the income donation. As long as you got 501c3, to get those things is easy. Jala, we don't have leaders in Liberia. So that you can't just take, and one thing about having a 501c3, if you solicit help, you want help for anything, and the people give it to you, it must be used for the intended purpose.
Purpose, yeah, that's it.
That is law.
They got to make report.
They got to make report, and they got to see pictures, they got to see video, they got to see proof that actually you use it for the purpose they give it to you for. President Baka got into some issue with that. When you came here, you received millions of dollars in both in income donation and cash when he was vice president. But just for the security and for the privacy of some of the people that helped him get there, we were told not to expose everything because sometimes they will also be exposed to certain things here. A lot happened. So the people know they can't make it without diaspora Liberia. One of the things that giving us problem here as diaspora Liberian among is that even in the diaspora here we are divided. There are people simply because of their personal interest.
Yes, that's the thing I was about to say. Get took it from my mom.
Because of their personal interest, even you among myself and other people now, initiate something good for Liberia, as long as it doesn't, interest their person or is not in the interest of the people they support, they will not support the idea. They will try to undermine it. They will not even do anything about it, but they will try to undermine it. Imagine Stanton Witherspoon was accused of stealing or defrauding the United States government. And he went through the court system. He was convicted. But yet, Joseph Boakai still had the courage to be everywhere with Stanton Witherspoon. In America, here, if you do that as a politician, you done. A convicted criminal who defrauded the United States government and put some people in trouble. But guess what? They don't care about that. Most of the people that have actually decided to go to Spoon Network because why? You can make enough money to pay them. Instead, okay, let's here now. Instead of we paying you not to come on SKTV, you paying sending money to children in Liberia. So the guy giving you hard time, eh?
Yeah, that's why I always off the camera because I know, bro, like every day thing.
So, like I was saying, you not come here and instead of me paying you or instead of SKTV paying you, you sending money to people, they calling you 3 a.m. in the morning.
Oh yeah, they calling me today. All I got call me and be like, what? I don't think Sekou can go to there or call a quedo because I hear what I want. I already got my own stress going on here, and you're gonna call me like,
oh chief, I got some interview going on here. I gotta send me data. Oh, I gotta do this. And those are everyday things. But then the one that we ask everybody to be consistent about is our monthly operation cost, especially to be on all the radio stations we can be on. But it's tough. We will do what we got to do. we'll play our part. So let's see here. Trying to make sure I recount everything because anybody give more than okay, let me see another three, 8, 11. Yeah, so let me see here. Yeah, I think we're making progress today.
Yep.
Yeah, the last one I checked was 17, but now I think we are, let me see. Yeah, from 17 we are 21 now.
Yeah, so we like 9 more.
Yeah, we are 21.
9 more, $20 a piece, man. We can do it, man. 30 is the benchmark for the day. We can do above 30, but if you can do 30 per day, that's a reasonable benchmark for Friday, for every Friday. So our people, let's do this thing. If you stay, look, the one thing about our people, sometimes we don't calculate the cost. Sometimes we can get two things randomly. So cool. If you've been in this country for the past 15 or 20 years, and you send nothing less than $1,000 or $500 a month back home, do you know how much that accumulates to? That
No,
if you were investing that money, whether it's the S&P 500 or just buying your stock and holding it for all those years, do you know how much you are talking about? Our people, man, people in the diaspora are holding the line. Seko, how many people in Liberia that really that actually got jobs?
nothing.
The vast majority of our people here, they depend on friends, they depend on relatives, former classmates for survival. And you guys, I keep saying it, the people in the diaspora, you are the one that carrying the lion's share of the burden. So the only way that will change, or the burden will be reduced, except something can change for Liberia. Because if it keep getting worse, the cost will only be increasing on you more and more. So if you are sending $500 a month, I bet you 2-3 years from now you'll be spending $700 a month. The question is, when does it come to an end? How do you stop the trend? You send money to your niece. Now your niece got a daughter that are growing up now. You're not sending the money to the niece again. You're sending money to the niece daughter. So it never is, man.
Yeah. So I think if we can get the 9% today, maybe tomorrow. Continue. If not, I don't know what you think. I don't know if
Yeah, sometimes it goes like that. Sometimes usually, but I expected them to show up today because of the urgency, but we can still do it tomorrow. That's the thing. It's a simple. It's part of the culture anyway. We do 30 per day or 30 or more. If we can, then we continue on Saturday because we can go beyond Saturday for the week. It's just once a week and that's it. So we could do tomorrow Saturday to close the week or target, and that's it. We thank God for that. And thanks for the audience again, to the people, the contributors. Once again, thank you all the time. Make SKTV to stay on here. It's a bigger burden to carry. So, let me tell you something. Let me be frank with you. 2 times, almost called it quick. It's not only for the call receiving. One time we came on late. I was at the hospital, right? I checked my inbox and I'm seeing like 15 different messages asking when we're coming on. I was like, if
yeah.
I here can receive 15 better, then how much Steve and Sick will be receiving? I said, no, this here. I don't know if I can do this, but I said, you know what? Later on, I came to the
Let me tell you something. Still can leave your heart to come to me. Mr. Kenneth, it will be calling him. Mr. Kenneth, it will be, borrowing my loud. When is the TV coming on? Are you guys coming on today? Are you guys coming on? Yeah. So somebody just sent $40, and that's two. So that's 23 now.
So we are seven
Yeah.
more to close to shoot it for the day.
Yeah. So that one person sent $40 to the cash app. Yeah. So we count that as two.
Okay.
We count that as two people. So that's 23. Now we got seven more person.
7 more.
Maybe we'll get people will leave.
Yeah, before we leave. Maybe the next 10, 15 minutes.
So yesterday Steve was here. Purposely, he told me we were going to come to for us to watch the debate together. But then later he didn't come. So I had some Zoom conference. That coincided with the debater. I was so bad about that. The Zoom conference was expected to last about 1 hour 30 minutes. So Steve came later on. Steve was downstairs. I didn't even know Steve was there. I said, "Oh, you were here." Even one of my friends. Steve said, like, Kevin, we gotta show a face on the show tomorrow, man. I said, "What happened?" He said, he talked. Yeah, I showed him some of the messages and some of the people that reach out to me, telling me that she didn't give up. And one of the person who reached out to me and said that she didn't give up, she didn't abandon this platform, and that person done it there today too. When the person always say no name, Steve showed me messages and people that talk to him and telling me, we have come a long way with this platform, and no matter what, even before the election, before 2023 election, I came to a point where the thing was actually affecting my. I used to go to the auction every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah.
And the short time, it can be the meantime, the auction can be really, really busy. Sometimes I had to cut my business short just to come here on the show. Yeah, just have to cut this short. Sometimes, we'll be in a midst of business, but when it's showtime, Steve will be calling me, maybe will be texting me. Yeah. No, I didn't want to leave the show, but I just wanted to take a break. Nora is saying what I wanted. No, not to leave the show, but
You just want to recalibrate and rethink the
so,
strategy.
yeah, because it's like, this thing can take a lot from us.
It does.
Our own thing is different. You see, Mark can't even come on the camera because of the engagement, those little things can be doing behind the scene. For you guys, once we're on the show, you can stay put that earpiece on and still work. Some people, they're not working at this time. Some people, they can be working at the same time they listen to it. Some of you can listen to it after the show. But for us, the particular time, we just have to be here in person. So you can't schedule anything. You can't take any job that will actually be, at this time. You cannot do this. Even the job that you do online. Let me tell you, those of you who don't know online job or work from home, once you turn that computer on, and the work computer is not your personal computer. Once you log in, you can't do show, you can't do anything unless you are on break. American men, when they say you're working, you're working. And I have to say, you just work, you'll be like, you're home because you're home and you're not working. No, you got to work.
No, that one you can even work more than what you expected to do on site.
Exactly. On site, because people, but this one is different. You got to, when you log on, you got to be there. And you got to do what you got to do.
No, you know what make working from home very difficult, because you must prove that you're working. When you're on the job site, everybody assume that you're doing your job. But when you're working from home, then you got to prove to them that you're working. So you got to do more than what you were supposed to do, because you got to prove it.
You got to show some results. Yeah. So that's what it is. But again, I want to say thank you to all of you. We will the balance serving maybe by tomorrow. We'll get that. Balance the rest of 7 people. At least Mom set a benchmark for 30. 30 to 40, but we've got 30. That's a big deal. So maybe by tomorrow we'll get the rest of the 7 people. But I can tell you, not easy. The money part of it is not my major concern. My major concern is the people in Liberia, man. You will talk. Some of them will just come and just say some things that you'll be discouraged. But again, it's our country. But we cannot just do it by ourselves. We all have to do it collectively. and we'll continue to play our part. You'll be surprised. Some of our friends on different platforms, what they have engaged in, they think we don't know. The simple will come to all among and say, okay, say, cool, you go see X, Y, and Z. See, we just had to deal with these other people. We just get X, Y, and Z amount to this person, that person, and you acting like you guys do, whatever. They will do that. They think we told them is that we don't want to be limited. You don't want us to be on the show and then we're scared to talk. Then we hear something about this person, we are afraid to call them out. Or you appear on the show, we are afraid to ask you certain question because somebody got that come in your stomach, you will not be free to say certain thing. That's the fact, unless you're an ungrateful person. But somebody got that something in your stomach, there's certain thing you will not say about them. Because they already compromised you. You have already eaten your integrity. You have eaten your honesty. You have to go the other way. So we rather come here and beg and ask our people to support the platform than to be compromised by politicians for little or nothing. That's the only reason. We could be like everybody else. If we're going to be accepting those things, that means we'll be having 3,000 people there showing on the screen here because we have enough money to buy people. But we said, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to buy any of you. The regular people will come here, have regular conversation with regular people, and speak truth to power and see whether our people can learn from the information we provide to them. But again, we will not be here when some of you are not here, to be honest. You people are the backbone of SKTV. When we imagine, I just never, I didn't come on the show just for like 2 days. Because yesterday I showed face like, towards the end. But people are concerned. People call me in Liberia. Money, can you imagine one government official called me yesterday? Oh, simple man, why are you not on the show? I said, what are you calling me?
Yeah, why you calling me? Why you want me on the show?
Yeah, on the show. He said, oh, yeah. my man, even though we don't agree with everything people can say,
yeah.
You people be holding the government feet to the fire and making the president to do a lot of different things. I said, oh,
yeah. I thought you guys you don't watch the show, so why you want you on the show?
Watch the show. They said, my man, we can watch the show. Imagine a government official asking me, oh, my man, why are you not coming on the show? I said, how did you know? I thought I said, I don't watch the show. He said, oh, my man, we can watch the show. Even though we don't like everything or we don't agree with everything you guys can say, but, you guys actually helping us. They know that. They know that. So I want to say thank you to everybody. I don't know, but yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody. Somebody said something, but I wanted to respond to it, but let me just be very, quick before we go. If you think you're supporting us because of commies, and we are calling commies out, the shit has problem, I want you to know that we have taken a lot of insult for commies. We have been labeled as commies TV. A lot have been said to us. And by we calling commies out here, can only help him. It can hurt him. Even Joseph Boakai, calling them out here can only help them. Commies being in conversation in Liberia can only help him. But commies himself and his supporters, like some of the guys are doing in Liberia now, they're calling on the show, not only just on this show, on different shows. telling the Liberian person they made mistake, Kumis would have been the best person. That is in Kumis' favor. That helps him. All the leaders, if nobody talk about you, that means you are nobody. If you are not in a conversation in terms of leadership, that you mean you are nobody. So mentioning Cummings does not hurt him. It can help him. Even Joseph Boakai mentioning him, talking about him, pointing to his flaws can only help him. It doesn't hurt. So you're the Cummings supporter there, y'all go tell Cummings to be talking. He doesn't have to say, I'm running for president today. But when Joseph Boakai then making mistakes, he has to be there to point to their mistakes, letting the Liberian people know that if it was him, it would have been different. He would have done it better. That's good for him. If your name kind of missing in transition, nobody talk about you, that means you are nobody. Nobody care about you. We see people calling from Liberia now. We told the people there, let it enjoy. We told them not to do that. We told them not to do that. We voted for commies. We voted for this. They are telling the Liberian people that they made mistakes by electing people who are not up to the task. So you shouldn't be angry if somebody mentioned commies. Constructive criticism, that's what we do on SKTV. Even though those that call themselves Sanama Swan, they can come across as be insulting Joseph Boakai and stuff. But we don't insult anybody. We tell you the truth. If commies is not doing what he's supposed to be doing, we will tell him. If he say don't want to support us because of that, then that's on you. We're not going to change for nobody. We're not going to change for anybody. If Cummings wants to be taken seriously, if he wants actually to be president of Liberia, whether him or his people, they got to be speaking on issues. They shouldn't shy away from criticizing Joseph Boakai. It doesn't make you desperate. Even if you're desperate, so what? If the country is being destroyed before our eyes, what is wrong with you being desperate to fix it? That is in favor of the people. So Cummings should not be afraid. He should not shy away from speaking on issues, especially things that Liberian people care about. So he can be seen as the redeemer, the man with the answer, the man with the purpose to change Liberia. But if you can't talk, if you say nothing, people think you are out of touch. People believe that you are not in sympathy with them, you are not empathizing with them. But when you speak, then let the United Party people insult you. Let it call you names. Those who are not with them will stand with you. That's how politics works. Again, so don't be angry when you mention Cummings. We will always mention everybody, and for the right reason. I wanted to go now, but let me take this person. Hello.
Hey, Seiko, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Seiko?
I'm good. You're live on SKTV. Huh?
Pardon?
Yeah, I said you're live on the show on SKTV.
You know what the world is lacking?
Huh?
Communication.
Yeah.
You know what the world is lacking?
Yeah.
Communication.
That's true.
Big time.
All right.
There's a holiday here in Canada, and it's called Canada Day. So happy Canada Day.
Oh, okay. All right. Is this Sandy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. We appreciate it.
The world is lacking communication.
True.
And it's got to be stopped. Something's got to do. Something's got to go. It's got to start communicating more and more peace. We need more peace.
All right. Thank you. That's the lady that I always call from Canada. I forgot her last name. I think the name is Sandy. But again, my people, thank you. We'll not get tired. We'll not give up. Sometimes, we need that little booster from our friends, from our people to, encourage all of us, encourage each other to keep going regardless of the responses we are getting from our people. But once again, I want to say thank you to all of you. We'll be here tomorrow, and we'll try to have some of the government officials here, whether they're opposition, whether they are in government. We got a lot of information to share with you. But tomorrow will be on. Thank you all. We appreciate those of you who donated and those of you who wanted to, but don't have it. We thank all of you. So let's get the last 7 people at least for this week tomorrow.